So what can we expect from Newcastle United going into this January transfer window? If you remember, 12 months ago, Newcastle were in deep trouble in the Premier League and staring the Championship in the face. There's no getting away from that. So they had to act with urgency and with sort of professionalism to get the players in that were just going to pull them away from trouble. And that's exactly what they did, really. If you look at it, people like Kieran Trippier coming in, Bruno Guimaraes, that little bit of added quality, which just helped Newcastle move on from what was a pretty bad situation. And since then, obviously, they've gone from strength to strength. And, you know, it hasn't just been about Trippier and Bruno. It's been about people like Dan Burn, Chris Wood as well, playing vital contributions. Maybe not so many for Chris Wood, but certainly a couple of goals last season, a couple of goals this season as well, of course. So all these players are playing their part, and Newcastle know that moving forward, if they are to sustain this brilliant Champions League challenge, they probably are going to need a bit of quality. And that's what Eddie Howe spoke about in his time in Riyadh. You know, he said that, you know, unless we're going to sign people like Alexander Isaac, the Sven Botmans of the world, of course, it's got to be players that are going to challenge the first 11, which Newcastle have got here. Then, of course, you have the subject of the sort of fringe players, players who haven't really been getting the game time that they would expect. They haven't had the game time they would have had in the past. That's because Newcastle are evolving, and they're evolving quickly. So they've got to look at it from that point of view. There will be probably players leaving in this window, and once they've gone, then they'll probably look at potential replacements. But I do see a lot of movement. Nobody should put a limit on how many players are going to come in, but the reality is Newcastle's going through this window looking to improve. They've had meetings in the Middle East. Remember, on the back of that Middle East meeting last January, you know, Newcastle returned with Bruno on board. So they've got the backing. That's the great thing about it. They know that to keep building, to keep pushing on, that they have to bring more players in. Eddie Howe said that openly. Said he's always looking to improve. He wouldn't be in the right job if he wasn't looking to improve the squad. So we can look at it positively. We can look at it with a lot of movement, but you know, I don't even think Eddie Howe can put a number of players on that list at the moment. It's still early doors, but one thing we do know is that they are looking to advance, and they are looking to build on the position they're in.